I just confirmed that Hector's on. Okay, was not, but make sure
Yeah, you
people
can
to join a panelist. There's like a few people in here. So.
Okay.
Good evening, everyone.
There we go.
I am promoting, it looks like there's only a few people online, so I'm promoting you all to panelists. If you wish to join as a panelist, we welcome you to. We keep it warm, small, inviting.
Awesome. Very good. Cool. So I'll call this meeting to order of the Cannabis Taskforce meeting. First of the year. Happy New Year, everyone. Thank you. Short agenda today, which is really nice, kind of kickstart us off. And we are reviewing a potential applicant for a new cannabis dispensary in our neighborhood, which is fantastic. So it'll probably most of the conversation will be focused on that. I think maybe we'll have a little conversation too, perhaps about what you want to talk about last meeting in terms of education. We can do that for the open discussion portion. But first, I would just want to welcome, we do have a new board member on the task force now. It's Carl, can you pronounce your last name? Sorry? Unabu. Carl Unabu has now joined our task force as well, making us a healthy 5 people, I believe, which is great. And Jamila will be joining us in a second. Hector has the flu and said he would be joining virtual, but we're not going to hold it against him if he doesn't, because again, we do have quorum with 3 people here. So I will say that's probably the first part of the welcome. We had someone that was new that was joining us in the back, but he's not here anymore. I was going to ask him to identify himself since we're still a small committee. We're very interactive, so if there's anything you ever want to contribute, you're going to contribute a lot. We're going to be reviewing into the business tonight. It's like awesome. It's your 4th business. So certainly feel free to speak up, contribute, what have you. I believe this is your first meeting too here, sir, right?
I'm actually thinking the other meeting.
Traffic and transportation.
Yeah.
Good luck. All right, so we're dealing with a different kind of.
That's happening. We can stay here.
Yeah, I mean, if you'd like to introduce yourself, I know you're here with the applicant, but please. Thank you for coming. And of course, San Andreas, who we spoke with last meeting as well, came through telling us about his new business that we'll be reviewing today. Yep, and here is we received the we received all of the materials for review. So I know that you're new on the committee. I'm not sure if you had a chance to review that.
Yeah,
I pre-reviewed it. Wonderful. Here's another copy of it as well. So we'll just go through this one tonight. I do want to say, like, from a building perspective, our last meeting, San Andres told us about his business, who he was. We went through the application and done some updates to it. And after taking a look at it, definitely more thorough. So go through that. I know it's front to back at this point, so you can certainly take a look. Thank you for posting too on your place of new business about the dispensary permit. That's all taken care of. That's in the books and good. Wonderful. So that part is good. Anything outside of this from a welcome perspective, Coleman, that maybe we should be saying at all before we just kind of hop into the review?
No, I think we're all set.
Sweet. So I'll close the welcome up. And now we will do the application update for Excite Unlimited, which will be opening on 4441 Broadway, which I believe the cross street is 189. Fairview. Fairview and 192. Awesome location, right next to a cigar business that'll be there as well. Goes with the theme, very good. So yeah, let's start going through the application here. This is only one copy, but if there's any
I'm trying to pull mine digitally. If you can just give me one quick second.
Sure, yeah.
So I can.
There you go. Oh, y'all two know each other, by the way? Yeah. Good. Awesome.
Guys,
No worries, dude. All good, my friend. This is what the community. This is what the community is about. And also, at the end of the day, you know a lot about our community, and that's what it is. So it's all good.
Just ask questions if you have any. If you're a little curious about anything.
Yep.
We encourage that.
Yeah. No, you're good. No, good. You're having a lot of fun. It's a really good place to live. Are you good on the virtual piece?
Yeah, I think I can just.
We can
watch
share
it
this one
here.
too.
Yeah, we'll share this.
Okay,
one.
cool.
My laptop is like not charging. For some reason right now. And that makes me very sad. Here, even like compared to my phone, so no place. Say something to.
Sure.
I know it was
Oh, okay.
but I think that she may want to say something at some point. So Jamila, if you do, just raise your hand, okay? Whenever we actually get started.
Did you hear us? She's promoted, right?
She can, yeah. She
Okay,
can.
cool. Awesome.
Oh, would you like to say something right now? We haven't gotten started yet.
Just for the applicant, I just wanted to make sure that they can get my contact information that I'm gonna put on the chat. Because usually applicants come to our office.
And you can share that.
Yeah.
Right.
And they have
Actually,
to share my contact.
actually, if you want to share that point, there's a question in here about folks to talk to in the community. It'll probably
Okay.
come through in 10 minutes. I'll bring that in there.
Perfect, thank you.
Awesome. And you want to say a few words too?
No, I'm just ready to review, but
Let's
I
do
just wanted to do this virtually, but.
Hey, how's it going? Welcome.
Hi, welcome.
Your name is?
This is my attorney.
Nice to meet you.
Nice meeting you,
I'm
sir.
sorry. Here, please shake your hand. I'm so sorry. Super nice to meet you. Thank
Nice
for
meeting
coming
you.
through.
Thank you
If
so much.
could just send me on the
Sure.
agenda so we have you on the record.
Will do.
Awesome. You came here at the perfect time because we were just about to jump into it. I was some context from our last meeting in terms of we got a little bit of color onto what this business is. We'll be going through the application right now. We have a new committee member here just kind of learning the ropes of doing the business. And we have also acknowledged that the posting of the legal dispensary has been done to satisfaction of the community board. So that's boom, that's out of the way. And let's maybe just jump right into it. By the way, we do have someone from Carmen De La Rosa's office on the line as well.
It looks like our internet's something. I'm so
Oh
sorry
no,
to
is it
interrupt.
ours or hers?
No, it's completely frozen here.
No.
Oh,
Oh,
there we go.
There we
Okay.
go. I think we still
We're
got
back.
everybody. Very good. And we do have quorum. So this is official. Wonderful. So start off with the basic information.
Sorry. Every time
Here's
we're about to
Committee
start.
member Jamina has joined us. Thank you. And thank you for coming in person. One of the things that we did when we started this committee back in February of last year, and we had taken about a half year to kind of put together what the approval process looks like for TB12, is one of the places that we kind of deviated from the SLA and approval for liquor licenses is having representation of whoever would be for the business in person. When we started this, a lot of community members were very nervous about having, obviously, legal retail distribution in the neighborhood. And so having, the business owner come or a representative like the attorney on behalf of the business owner allowed the public to have an opportunity to ask questions face to face. These rules could be changing. As we know that we're an evolving society here and plagues and stuff come around and things, but for right now, we're still doing it this way, and then we'll look to probably maybe revise those rules to be more in line with our SLA partners as we go along in this process. But everyone's here. We have a really good representation here from from Excite Unlimited, and let's just jump right into it. So good, updated address and everything is on here for this one, which is excellent. Good, because that was a little difference from last time. And then let's get into the questionnaire. So a little bit of history again for folks that might not know. We created this questionnaire over about a 6-7 month period. Internally as a committee first with public comment and also with business owners. Vanessa, you were part of that, I believe, when we were creating this. And when we made it, we not only created it to make sure that the business applicants that were coming in our community upheld the spirit of this law in terms of repertory nature. We also want to do it to protect the folks of small business in our neighborhood from corporate companies coming in. And so we put a lot of thought into this questionnaire. We had it approved not only by the committee, but then went on to the general board, which also approved this questionnaire. And so therefore, that's how we got to this point. And so this is the application. We'll get it started. Just standard stuff here in the beginning with the name of your business. This is the correct address and updated. And so now let's get into some of the more operational questions. So the individuals we have here, San Andreas in person, and Sherry Fanduiz? Fanduiz. Yeah. Thank you both for coming. Very good detail here. Does the owner operator have their businesses within Washington Heights Inwood? If so, list the name and address. Express Unlimited LLC, National Logistics and Equipment Solutions Services provided is in the Washington Heights Inwood district here. Very good.
These are these other two businesses. Can you just share just a little bit? I'm just curious what these other businesses are.
The other two businesses?
Right, you said that these are other
Need to
businesses.
ask that, because we're here for Excite Unlimited business. I listed my other two entities as the operating entities that we own. I'm not here to discuss what I do with Express Unlimited and Express Capital.
Because they're
I'm
in
here
the-
purposely for what I do at Excite Unlimited LLC. Thank you.
Yeah, but we, a committee, we ask you the questions, we ask you, and you answer appropriately. That's how it works with the committee.
That's
All
true.
right?
I'm just asking just to share some light.
I
You
gave
have other
guys feedback
businesses.
on my businesses when I was virtually with you guys on December 2nd, 2024.
So this is
Oh,
for new, okay,
I
let me
will-
just backtrack a little bit. We're reviewing this application as is today. The last meeting, there's people that probably weren't at the last meeting, so we want to make sure that we're just going through all this stuff again. There's new people that are online that may want to comment. So this isn't really a continuation. I would say we're reviewing this like freshly, right? With like fresh eyes, taking it as is. We'd love to engage with you in that conversation. The reason why I ask is because it says you have other businesses within Washington Heights. And you say that you do here. So I'm just curious to see what those businesses are, to just get an idea of what you're doing in the community.
That's true.
So that's just,
Yeah,
I would like to
and-
know that. If you don't want to
Thank you.
answer, you feel very adamant about not answering, that's fine, but we would love to know. It looks like you're active in the community and would love to know how.
That's important.
I think that would be a good thing.
Yeah.
I think
I'm a licensed New York State notary. I'm a licensed New York State tax consultant and advisor. I provide tax and consulting solutions to small and mid-sized businesses in the entire city of New York, servicing the communities of Washington Heights, Inwood, Fort George, the Bronx, Queens, Staten Island, Brooklyn, Westchester County, and Rockland County.
Very good. All right. Thank you very much. That also shows that you're active in the community, as Carmen was saying, that's important. And you know business, which is also important to make sure that we know this will be a sustainable enterprise. Awesome. All right, so that was question 13, I believe. We can keep moving here. You're a C applicant, that's very good. That's why we do this process, to make sure C applicants get the look before corporations come in here and take the market, because we really want to make sure that we're investing back in our community. So good. So briefly describe products, services available at the business location. Really good to see detail here. So obviously licensed New York State adult use retail sales, online delivery fulfillment, which will be a first in our neighborhood, which is fantastic. Retail delivery services, intended cannabis products for sale, adult use, flower, infused edibles, creams, oils, beverages, and vapes. Very good. So it's diversification of products. Very nice. Any questions on that? Very good detail here from the first time around. Good. 18, how will the business benefit the community? Please note any relationships, partnerships the applicant business may have in the neighborhood. So we've already talked about his, hey, what's up, man? Good to have you. Oh, and if you can, sign as a board member on our attendance, just for the record. Thank you. Leo's in the house, because you're the chair of traffic and transportation, just a little cameo. Thank you.
Show support.
I appreciate that, brother, really do. Okay, good. So the gamut of, we already said this, the gamut of products, how we benefit the community. So again, just to build on an earlier conversation on this particular meeting, he's already active in the, San Andres is already active in the community, working with small businesses for taxes, which is good, shows a record of business here. And he also writes down New York State Safe Quality Lab, is right, providing tax revenue, economic job growth development, New York State Safe Quality Lab tested cannabis products, well done, in-person and online retail delivery service to residents of Manhattan Board, Community 12. Little mix of business and also previous history there, but any other builds or questions you might have for this particular question?
No, I would love for Senator Just to just walk through. I know he had mentioned at the last meeting, and again, we're looking at this application as if it's just a new application coming before us. So can you just share a little bit more about, as far as like the benefits, some of the economic job growth involvements? I know you said you may have wanted to hire people from the community. What's your plan on that?
Yeah, we definitely see that with the tax revenue being generated from the sales of our licensed dispensary operations, that we will be contributing to that 4% reinvestment into the community. That's number one. Two, the economic job growth with qualified applicants that I see fit to represent our entity within the community will be higher through either in person or through our online delivery platform services.
Very good. Any other questions from the committee? All right. Moving on to 19, describe your community engagement efforts and list businesses, groups, stakeholders you've contacted. So this is a really good point, because we have a representative from Carmen De La Rosa's office on the line. But New York State OCM notification to municipality, you've also posted in the local business storefront, which is good. Local introductions made with neighboring business owners. You definitely mentioned last time you had spoken with the cigar business owners that would be next door from you, which is great.
Both my neighbors, sir.
Wonderful. What's the other neighbor
As well
again?
as GameStop, which was the former apartment 78.
Awesome. Thank you very much. And then where was I? Okay, cool. And local residents. So this probably could be a good time for actually, before I get to the comment piece, one more second. Can you just let us know what your engagement with local residents was?
The introduction of the store, majority of the residents came to us, especially the residents in the building, came to us inquiring whether we were opening a restaurant, whether we were opening another type of bodega, and we educated them that we are opening a licensed legal dispensary.
Wonderful.
A licensed New York State dispensary to provide quality, safe, tested, lab-grown New York State product cultivated in the state of New York from AU licensees and from RODs that have been authorized to operate by OCM, which is a registered organization dispensing. So these are the medical players that have been given a green light from the Office of Cannabis Management to distribute products in adult use settings.
And if it was all that you gave to the neighbors, you've already started on your educational path for the folks around, which is good to hear.
And there'll be additional education going forward, sir.
Very good. We'll certainly get to those questions. So from the Office of Carmen De La Rosa, would you like to say a few words?
Hi, my name is Jamila. I'm her Director of Community Affairs and Scheduler. I just wanted to obviously say hello, share my information in the chat box so that the business can contact our office. Usually the businesses come to our office before they go to the Cannabis Taskforce meetings. It's important that you guys have a relationship with us because a lot of people are gonna obviously come to our office to ask questions, but also to just build a relationship between our elected officials and businesses is very important. So I want to make sure that you guys contact us to schedule a meeting with a council member, or at least share your contact and I'll reach out to you, whichever is easier. But we definitely would like a meeting since the first time that we heard about this application was obviously in this meeting.
Okay.
I voted for the councilwoman, so I have no problem meeting with her. And I've also been in contact with Cannabis NYC Representative Alaska and Roy Allen from Cannabis NYC, Miss. So per the licensing requirement of New York State, I do not have to engage with outside community members, but because I'm a member of the community and literally voted for Ms. De La Rosa, I would love to meet with you and your team.
Awesome.
I understand that you don't have to, sorry, I understand that you don't have to get a letter of support or rejection from our office in order to qualify for this application. But it's very important that our office is notified as a city council office. We're the ones on the ground. We're the ones who get complaints. We're the ones who have to defend businesses like yours to explain that it's not just a smoke shop that is going to be selling to our younger kids, which is the mentality that a lot of our community have, right? So the reason why I'm asking for you guys to come to our office and to kind of making it like a mandatory for any applicants coming in is because at the end of the day, we're the ones who are going to be either supporting you guys in terms of communicating what a licensed cannabis store is to our community. So it's important that we are in connection and that we have in-person or Zoom relationship in order to move forward in this process. So I just want to clarify that.
You want to say something?
Yeah, just want to ask, Sandra, if you or if any of you or Chowdy have communicated with any elected officials at all in the community, or it's just been with the Office of Cannabis Management?
Office of Cannabis Management and Cannabis NYC.
Okay. Yeah, so let's do this. Can you get the chat and see if you can grab their contact info? Let me write it down on that, or I can take the let me get that, and we'll just transpose this over for you guys. And then, I'm sorry, what was your name again, ma'am?
That's Jamila.
Jamila, thank you. We'll make sure that the office gets you San Andreas's contact as well. And that way both of y'all have it. I see your thumbs up. Thank you. Wonderful. Okay, cool. Yeah, as an elected official, I'm a state committee member, which is a volunteer position, but it's extremely important because they are your first line of defense should any community issues arise. So, and we are as well. So we want to advocate. So please get in touch with Carmen De La Rosa's Councilwoman's office. Awesome. All right. So that was number 18. Number 20. Are you willing to meet with CB12 and local community organizations to identify residents and staffing and other community impact measures of interest. Are you willing to attend future CB12 meetings and share updates on your business products? And he said, yes, once we are approved to commence operations, something that you said before in the last meeting, which is good. I will definitely say it certainly helps if you are to show up at the general board meeting on January 28th, should any other questions arise from the general board to get you last over the hump. Suggestion, it's not mandatory, but I would highly suggest it. So that would be with the general board. Awesome, thank you.
You're
This is Jamila's contact information with the councilwoman.
Thank you.
Great. All right. Any other questions when it comes to CB12 involvement after approval?
No, what number are we up to? I'm following on.
No worries, 21.
Thanks.
Number 21. So this is now about the premises. Are there any buildings with the proximity function of a house of worship, church, or synagogue within 200 feet of this establishment? The answer is no. All proximity zoning related to New York State OCM laws are in compliance. We looked at a map, that is correct. Are there schools or youth facilities, including its grounds, within 500 feet? No. The answer is no here. Again, OCM within the legal bounds there. That's correct. We looked at the map. Are there any other licensed retail dispensaries, microbusiness, or RODs within 1,000 feet of this location? The answer is no. I think we all know that as fans of the culture. So if your business is located below or congruent with residential buildings, please describe your outreach efforts to the residents. I believe you already did, but does anyone else have any questions to elaborate on there? All right, 25.
Sorry,
Yes.
what was that?
The question was, if your business is located below or congruent to a residential building, please describe your outreach efforts to the residents.
Mhm.
So earlier he had discussed what his outreach was to the residents and also how they come to him and how he goes about educating them on what's going to be opening up there.
Mhm.
So I thought it was pretty well answered, but if there's any other questions,
No.
then this would probably be your time to ask. All right. 25. Will there be any modifications to exterior?
Actually, I do.
Please.
I wonder if, when you interacted with them, did they give you any sense that one way or the other about how they felt about the operation that is oncoming?
No negative sentiment. There's been too many illegal activities in this area, all right? It's going on for 30, 40 years.
Right.
So people of the community, one, that are part of the culture, don't want to look over their back when they're purchasing legal products. Two, the elders are not used to it because in the Hispanic culture, in my culture, it's kind of looked at as if it's a demonized.
Right.
Or it's in a very,
As a gateway drug.
it's gateway drug or derogatory sense. So the educational fact that I provided to the community members is it's not just flour. It's listed on the questionnaire. It's edibles, it's ointments, it's ailments for people with arthritis that suffer from them. A lot of people in my family do. All right, so it's a lot that I had to educate the elders because the business owners are not young progressives. They're elders, 50 plus, and they wanted to know what was going on. And I clearly broke down every step as to what we would be doing at my location. I have a significant investment. So when I make a significant investment in any business I run, I make sure that the community is well educated on what we would be providing to that community so that the members of the community will benefit from the services my entity provides.
He also should go on to explain that we still have about 20 full-time equivalent positions available, for young people who want to enter retail and have durable, sustainable careers. Previously with, sort of prohibition, these young, men of color would be doing something quote unquote illegal, couldn't count towards their, work history, couldn't count towards unemployment, couldn't count towards very many different things. But now it's going to be a sort of legal stepping stone for them to get, a durable, high-paying job as well as work experience to go forward in their careers.
And this is why we were formed as a task force, and this is why we're supporting new businesses like this to come into our community. Very good. Did he answer your question?
Yeah, he did.
Okay. All right. So let's see here where we were going through that 24, I believe. Yes. So if your business is located, oh no, we already did this one. That was the question. Right. Will there be any modifications to the exterior of your building? The answer is no. Exterior modifications will be made no exterior modifications will be made at the premises. We have pictures of your building. We know that it's probably not a space conducive to external modifications anyway. completely makes sense.
We have no intentions of making any
Very good, on the record.
modifications.
So
Absolutely.
is the site landmarked or part of historical district? The answer is no. I think we're all very aware of the area. So that concludes the questions of the premises, unless anyone else has any premises questions. We're going to be getting into the method of operation and security in the next coming sections. Okay, so method of operation, please list the requested days and hours of operation. So currently our projected in-person sales and online retail delivery services hours are available 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, of course, Monday through Friday. So 11 to 11, Monday through Friday, 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. on the weekends. This is basically market congruent with what we've seen. I don't have any reservations here unless anyone has any questions. Good. All right, addresses of all exits and entrances you use for your business. The reason why we ask this question is because, you know, if there's questions that may come up for elected officials, the community board, we see these bags coming in and out of a back entrance, which there is none in your case, I know. These are things we need to know so we can, again, be supportive and champion your business and defend you in those times. But here, there's only one exit and entry located on 441. That's the storefront. So one way in, one way out. This is easy.
Unit 2 for the record.
Sorry?
Unit 2.
For unit 2. Thank
Unit 2
you.
for the record.
Right, because you share, I think, a piece with.
No, I don't share, no, it's 2 separate units. There's unit
The
1.
cigar shop is, unit 1.
Oh, the cigar
are-
shop
we are
is unit
unit
1.
two.
Thank you.
We are
Okay,
unit
cool.
two.
That makes sense. Yeah, I live on 187th and come down there
We
to get
look
my haircut
forward
at
to
Jordan's all the
servicing your
time.
needs. It's a
I
part of
know
the
it.
culture.
Yeah. And then also I'm in the area like once every day almost. Very good. Okay, so the next one. Is your business ADA compliant? We were talking about, you know, bombs and things like that for folks that have ailments with their joints. It's good to hear your business will be ADA compliant. That's a big deal.
And we also have a ramp at entry.
Even better. This, you know, if you're about wellness, that is a part of wellness. Very good. So total numbers of persons allowed for capacity, 60 people. I hope you fill it to the gills and you can make some more money in this neighborhood. Number of estimated employees, 5 to 7. So you had said 20 full-time, but this says 5 to 7.
Full-time equivalents, you know, it's.
With drivers and in-person.
Oh,
That's what
okay.
my attorney means.
Can you share a little bit more about that breakdown? I'm not sure, I wasn't following what you meant by full-time equivalents. And
Yeah, so
5 to
it's-
7 persons
You know,
here.
so 11 to 11 is 12 hours a day. We wouldn't have them working 12-hour shifts. Accounting for vacation, accounting for
God. Oh, I see.
absences, flowing through in the weekends.
Okay.
That's schedule.
You gotta have a roster of people to work it just in case things.
And
It's gonna be a rotational on-call schedule.
Okay, cool. Some might be part-time contractors, 5 to
Correct.
7 full-time.
Correct.
Okay. So full-time is different.
But this
Not-
just says employees in general. So is it 5 to 7 or you're saying it's about 20? Sorry.
No worries,
I-
no,
I'm
please.
confused.
We also learned
To
this.
clarify, it's 5 to 7, which is the projected for the in-store setting.
God.
Okay, now for the online setting, that's where my attorney was elaborating, where there could be projecting up to 20 equivalent with additional contractors.
Yes.
Executing orders on our behalf.
That makes sense, because your delivery folks will probably be contractors like every other business does. delivery
Correct.
Services.
So I answered
All
the
right.
question as
Yeah, that makes
diligently as I was able to do so with that clarification and with the further clarification, my
So
attorney.
it's more up to like 20 full-time equivalents.
Makes
That's
sense.
the scheduling.
So if I walked into your operation, say, when you're open, how many people would I actually see on the premises?
You're gonna see 5 to 7 people.
On the premise.
You're gonna see 2 security guards.
Okay.
One, which would be an in-floor security guard, a licensed security guard by New York State outside, scanning identifications with a software we use called COBA. This is a specific
We'll
software
get to
that I.
securities, we'll save some for us. We'll get to security in a second. We'll get to security in a second.
Just to give you a little taste of what we're doing, how to look at it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we'll get to security in a second. Very good. Okay, cool. Okay, now where are we? Yes, okay. Are you planning to have limited consumption at the establishment? If so, provide hours. No planned on-site consumption, that's very important. Intended operations requested, good, that's clear. 33, are you planning to host cannabis events at the premises? If so, please describe their nature. Yes, once approved to commence operations. Okay, so we already know they're not gonna be smoking on premises. That's good. That's obviously non-starter. You're clear about that. What type of events are you thinking about hosting?
We're talking about pop-ups with certain suppliers, whether it's some of our gummy suppliers, our ale and ointment suppliers, whether it's our flower suppliers, and that would just be to give out T-shirts and promote their brand, since I'm providing them that shelf space.
Okay, so like just like promotional activities and stuff.
Promotional
Cool.
activities.
Easy. And if there's ever an educational activity, like I'm not sure what your inside will look like, but if it's conducive to maybe bringing in some elected official representatives in and having a course on cannabis in terms of what it means for a local business, would you into those kind of educational services?
That's great,
too?
and I actually communicated that with my neighbor who owns the game bar. Told him that besides doing a launch party, that's other educational events. So me and him have already coordinated
Cool.
with that once we go live. That those type of events, as I spoke to Jamina, that's what we will be when we were virtually with you, Senora. That's what we intend to do in the community.
Awesome. Good.
Just let you know, all this part of the promotional, like the vendors also speak to their products. So it's not just
Yeah,
like
yeah.
T-shirts and like hats, but
Yeah, it's
They
education
talk-
too, in a way.
they really talk about the products, whether it's a balm, whether it's tincture,
Yep.
whether it's an edible. They really talk about the different minor cannabinoids as well that people sort of, that work together and what's really best for the consumer. So
Yeah,
that is where the consumer education really comes in as well.
good. I mean, it takes all of us. All right. Any other questions on that piece? Very good. Okay. So now let's get into it's a little bit of font difference here. Okay. Please describe security measures. Be sure to include the number of cameras and New York State registered security personnel on establishment. I'll just give the floor to you if you'd like, San Andreas, instead of reading your
And
question.
you're referring to
Hey, Jim. Good to see you.
question 30,
That 34.
34.
Mhm.
Got it, because I gave you a very detailed explanation.
Yeah. But if you want to, elaborate a little bit more because you were going a bit more into it for Carl, please go for it.
Absolutely. So 90-day playback cameras, 10 to 12 cameras on premises where we would have full view, anywhere between 6 to 8 within the actual premises, and the remainders outside, giving us full 360 view with high definition. And the cameras that would be placed outside, 2 of them will be solar. So in the event of a power loss, we have backup to record any activity, any type of criminal activity that would be taking place at the establishment when we are not there.
Cool. And you were saying you'd have one inside security?
Yeah,
person?
we'll have one, what we call a floor manager,
Floor
security
managers,
personnel.
Okay, cool.
So that floor manager will be supervising the operation and acting as security.
Okay,
Then we're gonna have a licensed New York State security guard outside scanning identifications so that we can identify that these individuals are 21 years and above that can enter our premises to purchase our products. We will also have the ability of identifying whether or not these people are providing fake identifications or whether they're providing passports and/or visas, and those visas and passports are valid form of identification, verifying their age so that we can have them enter our premises to consume and purchase products for their
cool.
culture-related needs.
I do have a question for you, just to
Sure.
kind of build off of this, because we were talking about, local security, local hiring and stuff. One of the things that we've found with a lot of businesses that we've been talking to is they've had a lot of good, includes Happy Monkey and then also Sparkbro, good results working with local security companies because they know the vibe versus coming in from New Jersey or kind of Staten Island.
Yeah.
Not to ask you if you're going to do that because that's your business preference or what have you, but I would highly recommend looking at some local firms for security.
I'm a native New Yorker. If you're from New York City, I'm gonna give you a shot. If you're
Staten
from
Island doesn't
Westchester, I'm gonna give you a shot. If you're from Rockland, I'm gonna give you a shot.
Okay.
I'm not gonna identify whether or not whoever has a licensed New York State security license could be hired at the
Sure.
premises. If individuals from this area have valid security firms and valid credentials that support me hiring them as a contractor, that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah,
That's what's gonna
dude,
happen.
totally
So-
cool. And
But
that's
what I will tell you this, Chairman, I will advocate and sponsor people from this neighborhood, from the community, from my community, Inwood, Washington Heights, Fort George. All right, I will sponsor certain people that vibe and that vibe is there.
Okay,
Okay, to allow them to go procure a New York State security license. I've already addressed this with 3 of my friends that are local members in the community
Good.
now.
good.
And I advised them, I will sponsor you.
Yep.
To go get that license
That's
if you
great.
can't get it on your own.
That's
And I
great.
will do that for any other member of the community that approaches me for employment that I see fit to be best suited for our business.
One day we have a multinational cannabis corporation. These folks will be a big part of it. It's another job area of growth. Very good.
I can't discriminate on anybody outside of the Inwood area, because I'm a native New Yorker, but I'm born and raised in the Bronx.
I feel you.
All right, and I came to Inwood. I've been living in uptown 20 plus years. All right, I got family in Queens. I'm not gonna discriminate where you from in the city. If you from NYC or Westchester, I'm gonna show you love. You from Rockland County, I'm gonna show you love. You from Long Island, I'm gonna show you love. If you got credentials that certifies that you can work in our establishment,
Yep.
we're gonna give you a shot.
That's the
And
number
if
one.
I feel that vibe from a member of the community in Inwood and Washington Heights, whether I know you or not, or you're being referred to me by somebody, a friend of a friend, a block of a block, and they're telling me this is a good fit, give them a shot. And I feel that vibe with that individual, both male or female. I will give those individuals a shot and sponsor them so that they can procure a licensure.
Love it. Any other questions on security, folks?
Regarding, I think this is just like, more of a business question, but do you have, insurance for your storefront? Is that something that you have considered just for safety purposes?
So we have insurance.
Question for you. This is kind of like a little dovetail with security too, because we know the area, and God knows the scaffolding in that area has been up for freaking ever.
Yeah.
So it's unfortunate, but I think you guys will still be, successful without it. But how will you manage sidewalks, crowd control, and vehicular traffic? So your answer: security staff members, sales staff members directing sidewalk traffic and providing QR codes and instructions for in-person sales and online retail delivery hours of service during high volume traffic days of operation. That's really good for me. Thank you for the detail. Understanding the conversation we just had about security and the people who choose the people that you're gonna be hiring and their positions within the business, as well as know you're gonna have an online portal here too. I'm pretty satisfied with that answer. Are there any questions to maybe build or anything
No,
else?
you just reminded me of something. Can you just piggyback? I know you're gonna have delivery services. Can you just, I feel like you shared last time how many cars you will have doing delivery? Where will those cars be
Thank
parked?
you.
Can you share a little bit more about that?
Sure, Carmen. Right now, we project to have 2 to 4 vehicles available for delivery services, and that's where our platform grows and our order base grows and our business model grows. We will then hire additional contractors, and we've already procured coverages to support those contractors operating in their vehicles,
Oh, interesting. Okay, cool.
which is hired auto.
Yeah,
non-auto
and that would be the
coverages.
contractor piece we were talking about before. That's kind
Absolutely.
of like Uber
So
Eats.
we have coverages for our own vehicles now.
Got it.
As our platform grows and scales in the business model, we've already procured separate lines of coverages
Sure.
so that those individuals will be insured
Great.
while they're transiting products for unlimitedcannabis.net and Excite Unlimited.
That was my
LLC.
follow-up question. I think drivers gonna be insured too. Very good. And I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, you were saying that those 4 to 5 vehicles you're gonna have at the beginning of your business will be stored
2 to
outside.
4. Senor.
2 to 4, sorry,
2 to
thank you.
4.
2 to 4 will be stored outside of the community parking, like overnight. things like
Absolutely.
that.
We have a dealership in White Plains, New York, and that's where
There
our
it is.
vehicles are stored.
Very good.
We do also have garaging in the Bronx, New York. I have a separate business there.
Cool.
So we have plenty of parking. We're not, unfortunately, Inwood, Wash Heights, we don't have the space.
No, of course, especially now. with
Actually house
congestion pricing, more
vehicles, and I'm not
people
gonna pay
parking.
$500-600 a month
Right,
to
right.
house one of my
No,
vans
no,
or one of
no.
my cars when I
That's
have a
cool.
whole lot in Westchester and I have access to space in the Bronx.
Cool.
That makes no sense for that.
Nope, very good. I would say that once you do start popping off on business, especially delivery business, just take care of how many bikes are parked outside of your business. Just take care. Because a lot of times we sometimes get complaints, especially from like a food sidewalk.
They're doing it right now. I'm
Yeah.
dealing with them right now while we're in the build out phase.
Yeah,
They
you know
were
what I'm talking
blocking me and
about.
my contractors
Yeah.
from getting in.
Not
all
a
last
major
month.
issue,
I'm
but
dealing
just
with
a
that headache
washout.
now.
Yeah.
I totally understand that.
Cool. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Step Up Ramen has the same issue. Yeah. I mean, the scaffolding, hopefully if
We've been
Jamila's
advocating our
still on it.
landlord. The work has been done at the building,
Good.
but unfortunately, the landlord's contractor
Yeah.
is
yeah.
being delayed by the Department of Building for certifying the work that's been done. So we have our fingers crossed, ladies and
Yeah.
gentlemen, that at some point in the course of this year, that scaffolding will be taken
Well,
down.
Jamila and City Council and friends are working on that piece of legislation, I believe, to shorten the time limit for scaffolding. So hopefully that goes through. Awesome.
So.
Yes.
Is there any minimum specification for, security arrangements? I mean.
There's no minimum with OCM, but we do always ask this question, and all the applicants that have been in front of us have very good security plans already going in.
Yes. I
So
was
it's something
wondering,
certainly not
yeah,
taken lightly.
For the architecture he has described.
Yeah.
Pretty elaborate.
Certainly sufficient, because one way in, one way out, 2 people with staff. I'm not worried
And,
about it at all.
board member, your name, sir?
Carl.
Carl, I don't intend to have thousands of dollars worth of product in our location.
It's gonna be moving.
Well, not to that effect. We're gonna grow on an organic basis. I'm not gonna have $40,000-50,000 of product.
Yeah.
It's not gonna sit there, because one, the
It goes
product has a shelf life.
Yep.
So we're gonna buy based off of demand. So when you buy based off of demand, you can scale your business more effectively.
Right.
I'm not gonna buy 20 pounds of product in flour,
Yeah.
but only my edibles and my oils are moving because the other locations in the area are selling more flour than me. I'm gonna base it off of the customer's demand. What the customer needs, me as a business owner, that's what I'll be able to make that investment into.
Supply and demand, man. Free market in the heights. Let's go. All right, so check it. Will there be any amplified sound? Have you installed soundproofing? No sound systems or soliciting sidewalk pages of the premises. Very good. Don't want to disrupt the residents. Will the business conduct delivery? Yes. Once approved to commence operations by New York State OCM, authorization and approval by New York State Cannabis Control Board. I'm totally in league with that. We don't have any delivery services in the neighborhood.
Actually, you have one pending on 179.
Yeah, but he hasn't done it
whole
yet.
building.
We improved that one last
You
year.
did approve him,
Yeah.
and he's pending. I know him.
Okay,
Shout out
cool.
to everybody over there.
Yeah.
But all I can say is, we're looking forward to being a viable member of the community. And I tried to stress that to y'all last month, and I want to apologize and extend an apology to every member here that dealt with me. And if you thought you thought I had a level of frustration, I'm going to tell you why. Yes, Carmen, and I want to speak to you on this because you had asked me what was the rush. I'm going to explain to you now what the rush is. We have been set back. We are currently set back now with the current litigation in process at the Office of Cannabis Management. I have dealt with scrupulous landlords in the Bronx at my first location, okay? I have dealt with setbacks with the OCM with the prior litigation in 2023. So we have been in this process 3 years, Ms. Carmen. So it's not like I just jumped and I was trying to push this and push everything down your throat. And I respect your position by saying, I think I felt too rushed. But it wasn't that we felt too rushed because for a business, and this is what we've been advocating OCM, you can't expect us to go secure leases, build out locations, pay staff, insure people, insure premises, okay? And then be able to say to ourselves, we can sustain this for 12 months, 24 months, 36 months. That's not a sustainable business. That's me throwing money out the window. I don't operate like that. I'm a venture capitalist. I'm here to invest in opportunities and not just seize the moment, but grow with the people in the moment. So when people work with me, I don't say people work for me. I say people work with me and my organization. And that's why I'm so invested in this process, because I wasn't trying to come off rude to you, but it's the fact that I've been behind the 8 ball already, and a lot. So it's just now that this is my second community board approach to another borough, because I was already approved by Community Board 11 in the Bronx, New York, full vote of the general board. I sent you guys data that's supporting that. So that's just going to show you that we weren't new to this. We're true to this. But at the same token, the state has declined on us as entrepreneurs, giving the people like me that come from disproportionate in communities that have been affected by the war on cannabis, as you said, C applicants, I call it communities disproportionately impacted, okay, that have been harmed. Now, yes, the major conglomerates, they're fighting to get in. They're fighting right now. They're suing because they don't want to pay the $20 million that they agreed to. And now they're going to court. Then the people in upstate New York, they're mad because card licensees like me are actually getting proximity protection. We've been waiting on the line too. We've been waiting. I've been in this game 3 years now, fully invested, thousands out my pocket. Ms. Carmen, I have not made $1 back. So I'm here, I'm ready. You talking about you ready to see an applicant go? Looks like the other brothers that got the opportunity in your community, I'm one of them too. I'm one of them right here, ready to make that happen. That's all I'm gonna say. Thank you for allowing me to speak.
Anytime, man. Look, no one knows probably the pains with the state and everything going on more than you. We hear here all the time. We've been also doing this for 1.5 years, and we hear from prospective business, and we know, and that's why we take our jobs so seriously, because as volunteers, we're not paid like OCM, we're not paid like state officials, and we take our jobs seriously because we want to advocate with the elected officials, with OCM, from the community, that we need more folks like you, like Happy Monkey, like Sparkboro, and so we're here on behalf of your business, and so save a little good faith for us, because that's what we're here to do. And I'm sorry we're last in the line for you to get to with the frustration, but hopefully you know now we're in your
Oh,
corner.
you're not last.
Nah,
You're far from
well,
last.
you know,
got OCM
give
to
us the
deal
God's
with.
ears, we'll see.
You guys
But at
are,
least we
you
will
guys
be,
are great. We got the real bigger things to deal
you know,
with,
so
so we're sitting
I-
back being very patient.
So
right now.
far, I'm super confident. So far, we'll get to the end of your, well, it's basically the end of your application here.
Yeah, but,
I'm
you going to
pretty
question
confident.
35 now?
Sorry?
Go to question 35, sir?
Yeah, but in a second, we'll finish in a second.
Right.
But then we'll talk about the general board meeting. Go for it,
No, I
Carmen.
didn't know we were still on the delivery part.
No,
That
we
was
just
the
got
part.
into the certificate application. I think we just
Okay.
did it, right? We just
No,
did
I told you my question. I
Go
wanted,
for it.
did we discuss the range?
Oh, the delivery.
Right.
No,
That's
please.
what I was asking.
Ask it. Sorry.
Can you just share a little bit more, and refresh our memories, for delivery and your plans for delivery? That was the last question, right? Sorry.
200 to 300-mile radius, the 5 boroughs, the counties of Westchester, Nassau, Rockland County, Suffolk County.
And operating at the same hours that are
11 a.m. to
here,
1
like it's
p.m.
still,
Absolutely.
okay.
Where's
So
that
store
question?
time, what?
Where's that question?
The del-
That's a good question. That should go on here if we don't have it.
Oh,
That might
no,
have been in one of the first drafts we did.
maybe, I don't know.
That's a good question. We should probably let that back in. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, sure. So that's a picture of the posting at the place of business. Thank you for including your business plan. I actually went through this. Very good. So
There may be
yeah,
Some people that have questions.
so
online.
we can open this up to the public if the
there's
committee doesn't have
some-
any other questions.
I know I see some board members. Tanisha's on. She's a committee board
welcome,
member.
Tanisha.
If she has any questions, let's see. Let me just promote. We're a small crew today, so I'm just promoting everyone as a panelist.
Cool.
Tanisha, I'm gonna ask you to unmute. So you
Okay.
can speak if you have a question.
Hey,
Yeah.
Tanisha.
Let me just make sure
Hi,
that,
everyone. I wasn't sure if we was talking to people online because we're here too. Hi, I'm Tanisha. I am the
Tanisha, thank
newly
you for joining us.
I am the newly elected second vice chair of Community Board 12.
Congratulations,
Uh,
Vice Chair. Second Vice
I
Chair.
appreciate that. And I'm just here to try to do my job. As you said, Noble, we take our job very seriously and we are volunteers. I understand the frustration with the Office of Cannabis, because as a Black woman who has also been disproportionately harmed, my community has also been disproportionately harmed by marijuana prosecution. Yeah, we get that. But what I don't understand is what I feel so much hostility and aggression when we're just trying to do our job. Carmen is just trying to ask questions so that we can fully understand what's going on with y'all before we make decisions. And that is kind of our job. So we're not here to judge you. We're not here to give you a hard time, but we are here to do what's best for the community. So that's why we ask these questions. So if we could tone down the aggression, that would be amazing. While we understand your hardships, that is not us. So that's all I really wanted to say. I will review the information over later when I have it in my hand. But that's it. Thank you so much, Chair. Thank you so much, Cannabis Committee, for all that y'all do. Appreciate y'all.
Thanks, Tanisha.
Thank you, Tanisha.
See you at the general.
See you at the general.
All right.
Anyone else have their hand? up?
Anyone
No.
else? Yeah, anyone else? All right,
Mm-mm.
cool. So with that, if there's no other questions, you want to go to vote?
Yeah, sure.
Let's go to vote. So we will write so depending on how the vote goes down, we'll write a resolution. That resolution will be either in favor or in objection to the legal for Excite Unlimited. That will then go to the board meeting where the board will then have a chance to vote on the yay or nay of that. So to give you an example, if we're in favor of your business, we send it to the general board. The general board is not in favor of it, they can vote it down, or they can vote for it. If we vote an objection, then it can go to the general board. The general board can then vote in favor if they want to and overturn our committee's vote. So just want to let you know what goes on there. The general board meeting also allows folks from the public to come and also board members and elected officials to speak on behalf or of the business or in general. So there will be a public comment time period, which you would also have a chance to comment if.
I just want to say something for the record since we're here. There is no hostility. I have a mask on, so I'm projecting. The person that I wanted to speak with is on the other side of the table. So excuse me if there was if it was being determined that I was being hostile. I'm not being hostile. I'm being very passionate and trying to articulate myself as best as possible, but there is no hostility.
I feel
I didn't come to the, I wouldn't have came if there was an essence of hostility. I would have just had my attorney here answer any questions.
Nah, he's like, yeah, I feel that. And as an African-American male in a very white workforce, when I get excited, people also think that. But I understand where Denise is coming from, especially considering the history, but we're past that, homie. Like, we're here to vote. And so I just want to give you like a full breakdown of what to expect at the general board meeting. I mean, the last times we had a general board meeting, it went through like, I think it was unanimous. So there shouldn't be, any issues with that. So with that, you want to get to voting?
Yeah.
Cool.
let's do it.
So again, I'll write a resolution offline about this, so we'll just do it like this. Let me know if there's any like procedural parliamentary things I'm missing here, if you could, because,
No,
we
I
don't
think
do
we're
this
good. We'll
often.
just go down in order.
Cool.
Grab the attendance sheet.
Please,
Yeah.
what's up,
Just
Julia?
to add, I really do recommend, participating in the general board meeting on the 28th. That way other folks of the community board are familiar with you and your business, just to recap. Because since we are voting on it tonight, everyone else, like 50 of us, who are going to be voting, again on the 28th. So if you share a little bit about your story, that passion that we know you have, if other folks hear it, it's most likely gonna be unanimous. Like, usually, most folks that come to here, we have supported them. This all makes sense now. This is all has been very helpful. So I think the 28th is just going to make this just a lot more.
Yeah, and it'll be a celebration too, because everyone from around is waiting for our next door, for sure.
If you're not very busy, it'll be a nice idea to, maybe you can even have your attorney show up, or speak briefly, in support of the application. And, generally, it makes a very good, positive impression
Yeah.
on the board, and, usually they're inclined after such a speech to, vote in favor. So, it's something I would advise you to do if you have time.
Cool, so let's vote. So we'll go down in order of youngest. And so youngest being, first, last into the committee.
Lastly.
So Carl, on the Excite, Unlimited, application, yay or nay?
Yeah.
Okay. Jamina, on the Excite Unlimited, yay or nay?
Yeah.
Yay. Carmen, on Excite Unlimited application, yay or nay?
Abstain.
Abstain. I am a yay. All right. And Hector's not on, right?
Nope.
Okay, cool.
All right.
So cool, it passes. Very good. Congratulations, you're going to the general board meeting, and you should swim through there. Well done. All right, so that is the end of that particular business, and I believe the next thing on our agenda is open discussion forum. So you want to have a conversation about education, I believe, Carmen? Last meeting?
Yes, I would love to, but being that I actually have to head to traffic and transportation.
Oh, shit. Oh,
We'll
good.
probably,
Thank you, guys.
move very quickly.
Cool.
I did want to share, one more thing with the application before
Oh,
they head out.
sorry, one more thing, one last thing.
One of the things that I did want to share,
It's definitely a pleasure, sir.
No problem, man.
Look forward to seeing you guys at the
Sure,
next board meeting.
please.
Go for it,
please,
Karen.
do.
one of the things I want to share before we actually close out, I
Oh, I'm
really do
sorry.
want to
I'm sorry. I
emphasize.
apologize.
It's really important for you to be plugged into the community. I think that we really value that here in Washington Heights. Washington Heights is really close, is literally at the heart and the core of this neighborhood. And I think that all businesses that have come before us,
She just not.
bye Jamila, thanks for joining us. All the businesses that have come before us, we want to engage. So when we ask you questions, it's not necessarily to push back. We're not putting you to test, but we really want to understand, but also we want to be able to support you should somebody from the community have something to say. We want to be like, no, we know that this business is coming in good faith. So when for example, I abstain because I don't feel comfortable right now, because I feel like a lot of the questions we ask just in good faith, literally to get to know you more, to get to understand you more, to be able to advocate for you more, or even when the, council member's office was like, would you come meet with us? And you're like, that's not required,
No, she said, why haven't you come meet with us?
Right.
And I said, that's not a requirement.
Right.
So per as a licensee, I'm not an applicant, I'm an OCM provisional licensee.
We
So
understand
that's not detailed in the cannabis law.
We understand that, but it's looking about above and beyond, right? What does it really mean to be part of this neighborhood? And I get it. She will be the person advocating for you. So it would be
And
great.
I voted for her boss.
Great. listen, if I can just finish my thought, that'd be really great. So it would be really wonderful for you to engage with the office and not just her office, but all elected officials and a lot of key stakeholders in the community, because this will be the people that are going to be supporting you if your business, like, thrives. So you want to have those community
Or if you
engagements.
need some,
I think we ask, right? So like if somebody, how can we really advocate for you or like fight for you if like we don't know, or like if you're not really engaging with these key stakeholders? So that's just like my
Top that, just
suggestion.
to end it on that note, what I told you last month, Ms. Carmen, I
Mhm.
said to you, once we had an opportunity to be approved, then that's when communications would be made. My store is not done. I'm not gonna have somebody come in and just look at an empty store. I just finished a bulk load of renovations in there. I took an ugly store and I made it pretty, and it's still got a lot more work to do. So with that being said, when I was ready to present, then I would be presenting. But per the cannabis law in the state of New York, I am in requirement, and I followed every requirement.
Also, what my client's trying to say is that there are a lot of procedural requirements already from the state, from the local, here, there. There's so many things that's beyond even operational. So I think it's very hard to sort of have one's hope sort of like, all right, we're finally going to be licensed and operational. But there's so many sort of quote unquote, I mean, may not be in your view, but hurdles for him to sort of achieve. So I think, as a business person, he does things sequentially. And when if you sort of like, I think he will definitely be making the outreach and sort of the interactions and communications.
well, I mean, at the end of the day, we have a general board meeting.
Right, and
Questions
this
might
is
come up.
something that these
Like-
questions may come up.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to be helpful. This is not, again, I feel like, I don't know if this is like a battle. It's not meant to be. It's giving you tips. People will ask these questions, and if they don't feel comfortable, just how I do, they won't vote for it, right? And we want your businesses to come to our neighborhood. We want this to thrive. We want it to work for you. And I just want you to know that, right? Like we would
We
be
appreciate
rooting for
that.
you, and like people will have questions. So it's good to answer. It's good to engage, and that's just it.
Cool, all right.
All right.
Well, thank you guys for your time.
Thank you so much.
And hopefully see you on the 28th.
Thank you.
You want to talk about education?
I think we could table it.
We can table it for the next one,
meeting.
yeah, because I also
Um,
want what's her face from CUNY to be here for that too.
And she is here. I didn't know that.
No, Ariasa's
Oh.
not on there, right?
Okay, she was on here, Aristola,
Oh,
and then also Valessa. I do want to give
Oh, you know
Remember.
I take care.
Valeska, I don't know if you have
Guys,
any
stay safe, everyone.
updates. Thank you guys.
Take it
Have a good
easy.
night.
you too.
Updates so far,
Mhm.
but we are working hard into get Cannabis NYC and most of the dispensaries. We're working into getting a tour to all dispensaries locally, so we are gonna do, working on it, I don't know when exactly. But Cannabis NYC will work with the community to go around it and do like a tour for dispensary to dispensaries. and
Neat.
things
Well, we're
like that.
getting there.
And it will be educational as well as you guys want,
Cool.
so.
They're all within like walking distance too right now, which is good.
Correct.
Yeah.
But there are more, I don't know if you have any other applications, but I
Not yet.
know I have, well, there's about 4 that are pending.
Good.
So that's why I
Good.
also wanna be more, obviously here more often, cause there is a map, I don't know if you guys know, it's called.
Yeah, I
Local.
saw it.
So you can
I
see
saw it, yeah.
there who is pending.
Yep.
And those are the ones that you should keep an eye on
Cool.
and just like.
Can you send that just in case, again, that map, as I've seen so many
I
maps,
can-
I just wanna make sure I'm looking at the one that you're talking
all
about.
that information.
Thank you.
Sorry, what is your role in the process?
I'm a cannabis account manager. I support Cannabis NYC, that is, one of the latest department for SBS. Due to the fact that now cannabis is legal in the
Okay,
state,
right.
in the, here.
Alaska's been here since day one.
Oh, is she
So
like,
I support Washington Heights and Inglewood. And I have another colleague that supports Upper Manhattan. But I'm here for any supports that they need from 0 till you.
and that's a private sector engagement?
Correct, like if we cover from, you want to, how to apply,
Mhm.
applying.
Okay.
If you get the license, what to do next, and things like that.
Oh, okay, sort of expedite us.
Yeah, exactly. When there's a new market, it's
Right, right.
really good to have folks
Yeah,
like
So
us.
Velasca, it would be really great if you just join our next meeting.
No,
As you
I'm
know, it's
going
the
to
first
be here
Monday of
from
every
now on.
month.
This is my resolution.
In February, that would be really wonderful because next meeting, we want to at least start brainstorming and ideas of what things we have to do, what stakeholders we want to reach out to in the
Correct.
community, how we can get some kind of like educational forum going on.
Yep.
Maybe
Yes.
right before the summer or maybe like early
We
fall.
wanted to do something 420 last year, but it was too much to take
So,
on.
you know,
Now the bio track, it is in place,
Mhm.
so for any businesses or licensees, you have to have, there's a tracking system, the software called BioTrack. And all the dispensaries, any businesses need to have that in place. And we're getting the training on, but it's a lot of like hiccups here. People don't know that they need to have BioTrack by January 17th is the last day and things like that. So that's what we're working on as well. We're getting our second training tomorrow
Cool.
and on and on.
And your
So
name? Your name?
Valeska,
Valeska?
yes.
Oh, Carl.
Nice to meet you.
Sure.
Ariesola,
Araceli, I know you, I try to promote you as a panelist in case you had anything to share or anything updates regarding the CUNY survey, but if you don't, maybe for next month, raise your hand before we actually log off. Do you have anything that I don't want to just like log off. It's just- Okay, there you go. All right, I've asked you to unmute.
Hey, there
Hi,
you are.
everyone.
Hi,
Hey.
thank you so much for joining us.
Of course. No updates right about now, but just wanted to make sure that we were still on for February.
Yes, we are.
Okay, sounds good.
Cool. Then we'll table the education talk till then.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Please, everyone that's online, really encourage you to join us in February. We're going to be meeting, I don't have the calendar. Does anyone have the actual date of the calendar?
Oh, the
I'll just,
February
yeah,
3rd, correct?
February 3rd.
Third, yeah.
Yes. So please join us,
Yep.
6:30 PM. Thank
Very
you
good.
so much to all of you for joining us this evening, and we hope to see you in February.
Yep. All right. We will call this meeting adjourned. Wait, can someone give me a adjourn?
Motion to adjourn,
Done. All right, adjourned.
7:32,
Yes. Good.
and second by Jermina.
All right.
Thank you, everyone.